Okay, welcome, Sojourner of Life. Peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum, shalom, hotep, to the beloved family. Once again, this is your host, Abdul Dude. Let's begin. Okay, there we are. You know what? I'm going to begin like this.
This life we have only one try. Only one try.
Must have a liberation. United Black Nation. That's the situation.
Black sisters to the right, black brothers to the left. Original gold, black fist against my chest. Brave, bold, and cold. They be the warriors. Salute to the soldiers. Salute to the soldiers. Black unity, black family. It's time for you and me to start the gathering. Just be black, unite, we clap black. Little rock and roll to stay on gold. Gotta have that. NFAC operation, nation is united black principles. You get it sense. All about the pride of the people. Breaking the chains of the evil. Devilish dust as well as pain. Break the get up in. 100 years of pain. Insane always come to an end. When one way is wrong, come march on your lawn. Signs of the last day. What you waiting on? Come together. One million. We gotta get together. 1 million. We come together. 1 million. And it's all water. Come together. 1 million. We gotta get together. 1 million. We come together. 1 million. And it's all water. Come together. 1 million. We got to get it together. 1 million. We come together. 1 million. And it's all water. Every time we want you to.
Okay, peace and blessings. Again, this is your brother, I'm Abdul Dude, your host of Soul Journey of Life. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and do this. So, first of all, I'd like to begin by just going over a few details. As you know, the title of this particular live, the title is My Impression of the NFAC After Meeting Them and GMJ in Person. That's the title of this particular live. Okay, so there's a lot that I'd like to be able to break down because this goes over, quite some interesting details, some interesting experience. Let me say it that way. But before I begin, I'd like to be able to just kind of go over some of the things that have been going on throughout the day. Just, as you know, we've had the Tesla matter going on over in Oklahoma, and there's been a lot of activity there. Different groups, different armed groups or whatnot representing. I've also observed a few, commentators, YouTube commentators, um, talking about it. And in that regard, my thought about these things is pretty much the same. Um, I'm wondering, when we have these demonstrations like this, when there's lots of attention directed towards it, which makes sense. But who are we communicating the demonstration to is my question. Who is meant to see this? You understand? That's the question that yes indeed, peace and blessings, shining light. I see you there, Jerry. I see you there. Who are the demonstrations for? For example, if you remember when the NFAC marched on Stone Mountain, the demonstration was directed towards those who claimed that they were going to, cause harm, to certain people in the black community or certain area or whatnot, and that was in response to that. So the 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 marching of the brothers and sisters, armed brothers and sisters, was directed towards that. Okay, so here we have different factions that are demonstrating in Tulsa, but to whom, I'm asking? Who's meant to see this? So whom is meant to see it? That's the question that I'd like an answer to. No one here has to answer it, but it's just something to think about, because if you remember, I've been talking about, that I believe that we need to have more demonstrations directed towards our own people. In other words, it's our people that need to be inspired and motivated to stand up and do something. To direct your demonstration to anyone else, that has no concern about our situation, it's like talking to a wall and inspecting the wall to give you some type of response other than your own echo. So that's the thing I'd like to for people to have keep on their mind. When I drive up and down the hoods and of different places, I see where the core of oppression is being manifested. You understand? I'm talking about through poverty, through police brutality, all kinds of oppression, all kinds of suffering at ground level. But as I mentioned before, it just seems too quiet. The response is quiet. You understand? The streets are quiet except for the noise that derives from, the sirens of the police cars, the gunshots you may hear, and the other kinds of noises. But when I see the protests, and mind you, the protests in and of itself is a good way to manifest that, hey, we have a problem. You understand? But who is meant to hear those protests? You understand? Because how many times must a person protest? I mean, look, if you talk and say, hey, can you go pick me up some water from the store? You understand? We're thirsty. If you're going out, go and pick up some water from the store, right? You don't expect to have to say that multiple times. You might to a child or something who might be being stubborn, or they're playing with their toys or whatnot. They don't want to respond. Hey, can you go to the refrigerator and get some juice? Right? Say, hey, didn't I say for you to go get some juice from the? You might repeat yourself. Eventually, they're going to respond. Eventually, you're going to have some results. The juice in your hand. You understand? Or if you say, hey, it's time to go to bed. You're going to expect that, the child responds, to going to bed. And the same, let's turn it around. when the child comes and asks you, like, hey, Baba, I want some juice. Baba, I want some cereal. You they're hoping they don't have to ask you multiple times, right? So now, this in contrast with the protests that are going on. If the people are meant to hear it, then what response do you expect to derive from the people, and to which people are the demonstrations intended for? When I'm saying the people, I'm meaning the people who are involved in the suffering, the people who are involved in the suffering from the oppression. If those are the people that are meant to be heard, okay, wouldn't it make sense to go to where those people live? You understand? Or at least, if not where they live, where they frequent, whether it be a park, whether it be shopping center, whatever. Wouldn't that make sense to be the likely place to get their attention, if that's who you're protesting to? But if you're not protesting to these, and you're protesting to the establishment, what results do you expect to get from protesting to the establishment, if the establishment's the ones that are responsible for the very oppression you're suffering? I'm just asking. How do you ask the wolf to stop biting your leg? Does that make any sense? Do you think that is as much as you scream, that the wolf is going to say, okay, I know I'm hungry, you were supposed to be my next meal, but you've cried a pretty good cry, you struggled a pretty good struggle, so I'm going to go ahead and remove my teeth from your legs. I'm just asking, does that make sense? Is that logical? So, again, the question would be, who is our protesting? Who is our marching, our demonstrations directed towards? Who's meant to hear it? Who's meant to? Who are we expecting to get a response from? Okay, so in that light, or darkness, if you will, because if we're talking to a wall expecting to get something more than an echo, wouldn't it make sense to try something different, something that is more likely to get results? You understand? I'm saying this because if we recall from the demonstrations of groups, like the militia called the NFAC, there were marches, and the marches were targeted. They were targeted in specific locations that were meant to cause some type of an effect, bring about an effect, rather. And so, for example, if you remember the marching in Louisville, in that particular march, it was targeting the date and time in which a derby was going to be held. People were going to be coming with lots of money. That was a big event. The Kentucky Derby. Okay, but by the presence of the NFAC being there, it would kind of unnerve the people. It would, kind of make them a bit startled, concerned, and reduce the amount of people that were coming to that event. You understand? So that the end result would be that a lot of money was lost. In other words, something happened as a result of the actions of the NFAC's demonstration. And this was in response to the Breonna Taylor situation. Rest in peace. So these are results. These are outcomes. These are, even if it's small in your eyes, even if it's like, oh, that's no big deal. But you have to remember, this was in the face of people who represent the establishment. So there were police there. There were certain authorities there. Okay, and at any given time, things could have gone all over the place. You understand? Things could have gone all over the place. It could have taken a hard left turn quickly when you've got civilian protesters behind you, and you've got police in front of you in a cage dividing you. You understand? Not to mention whoever may be on top of the roof of the Kentucky Derby stadium. So in each case, whether it be Stone Mountain, whether it be uh, Louisville, whether it be Lafayette, there was an objective to cause something to happen. You understand? Something, an outcome was expected. You understand? Each time. Okay, but you'll notice, for example, you've observed, I'm sure, the Black Lives protesting, and the protesting was always in the center of the city or someplace like that. In most cases, you find people infiltrating and breaking and vandalizing, but the people who were supposed to be spoken to, such as politicians and ones like that, obviously didn't hear it and weren't concerned, because nothing happened as a result of the BLM's protesting. You understand? Nothing happened. Nobody did anything different. In fact, more police brutality continued. Yeah, there's still police brutality continuing now in this situation, but still something happened as a result of the march on Stone Mountain, as a result of the march in Lafayette, as a result of the marches in Louisville, and so on. Things happened, both, to the people who were affected by the oppression, you understand, the black nation, and to the people who were responsible for it. Things got stirred up, you understand? Actions happened. So I'm saying that. What is the objective? Is the objective of going down here to Tulsa is it a recruiting effort? Because if that's the case, then that's fine. We want to recruit and fill and get the ranks filled up. In every armed black group all across the nation. You understand? You want every black family, man, woman, and child, every black community to be able to defend themselves properly, legally, from oppression. That's what you want. If that was the case, okay. But I'm trying to hear that in the discourse that the groups are speaking about. Okay. For me personally, it's beautiful when I see brothers and sisters, you understand, rising up and representing that way. Okay. I only wish that, or at least, put it there, that I wish we would also do the same in the places that such inspiration would have a greater impact. You understand? You look through these hoods where brothers don't know where to aim their gun. You understand? You give them a direction of how to properly, do something like that. But when you're not in there where they live, you understand, many people don't ever even watch, they don't watch a lot of this. Some people don't want nothing to do with it. Some people don't know nothing about it in a useful way. Okay? So if imagine the results if protesting was done there. Imagine if, here you are in Cleveland, Ohio, let's say, you're eating a sandwich, you're sitting alongside Superior or Euclid, right? These are some of the streets in Cleveland. And all of a sudden, rolling up in the hood, you see marching, armed brothers and sisters up and marching up the street. Imagine how that would affect the men and women, young and old, living in those areas. Imagine people be looking out there. Honey, what's going on out there? I don't know, but I see some black brothers and sisters armed, fully and equipped. Hold on, let's see, let's go. I got one too. Let's go ahead and see what's going on out there. Let's see what's happening. Inspiration is what I'm talking about. Inspiration. So I'm saying that because I'd like to be able to show why, groups and unifiers like the NFAC and their supreme leader, the Grandmaster Jay, are important in our time. Because what you're dealing with is strategic efforts to specific unify our own people and not talk to a wall. You understand? And expect something to happen from that. Okay? But specific targeted agenda taking place. You understand? So this is what I'm encouraging all, the groups that are across the country, to think about. Where are we communicating our message? To whom is our message meant to be heard? To a wall or to a potential army? Your own people, our own people. You understand? This is something to think about. So, as the title suggests, I wanted to express my impression of the NFAC after meeting them. And of course, I can continue furthermore. I've already had some video, up about my impression on the brother GMJ. Fantastic brother, brilliant brother, strong brother, whom we need to be supporting 110%, right? And I'm saying that in the face of naysayers and people who don't know, who they're not sure, fence straddlers. I'm saying this as a person who's met GMJ and the NFAC in person long enough to be able to extract some type of notion of whether or not, this is a worthy cause. You understand? So, let's see here. So I did have the blessing, the honor of being able to, again, as I said, meet with the brother, Grandmaster J. And Grandmaster J had the honor of meeting with myself and my own, right, seeds. So I've already mentioned before in other interactions, other comments about this, of how I admired, the fact that he pays attention to the youth, right? And you would see this in certain marches. Afterwards, sometimes you will see him take a knee and communicate, just words of wisdom, words of acknowledgement of the youth. So, again, if you were to have seen the reaction when he knew that my own were present, and it was like everything else stopped. Hold on, where are these children? That's kind of how it was. That was the effect. So hold on, what? There's the children? Everything stopped. Just wait. Where are these children? Where are the children at? You understand? That's an important thing to take note in when it comes to whether or not someone is worthy enough to lead a militia that represents a people. You understand? That's something to pay close attention to, because you can march up and down the streets, you can shout, you can holler, you can raise your guns, shout Black Power, right? But if nothing you ever doing ever acknowledges the seeds, the beginners of the next generation, you understand? It makes you wonder, well, who is your march for? Who are you out there for? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with fundraising. But who are you really out there for if the very people that you're saying you're about protecting doesn't get acknowledged, doesn't get identified with, doesn't get where you point out the fact that, hey, this fight is for them. You understand? If you remember the old Black Panthers, they made it a point to set up things where they were feeding and clothing and providing education and things of that sort. Peace and blessings, Black family. Those coming in, welcome, and thank you for coming. I'm not going to hold anybody too long, because right after this, about 30 minutes from now, I want to make sure you guys are able to go and check out our beloved brother Major TV, as he's got a live coming up here soon. So we don't want to get in the way of that. I just wanted to squeeze in just to put this a little something in front of you. So yeah, that right there was one heck of an experience all by itself. Now, in addition to this, I was able to, sit and chop it up with, some of the family amongst the NFAC. And that was a pretty good experience as well, because not only did I get to see the character of the warriors in rank, you understand? I was able to see how they behave professionally. You understand? Not, like they didn't know what they was doing, not like they were, clueless as to how they needed. From the very beginning when I met them in the lot, they were already making sure everybody was on code. They were already making sure that they had what they needed, and they were on point. They listened to the general speak. They listened to him giving them their instructions. If somebody was out of line and the general had to correct them, they fell right back in line and got on code. Just like that. They didn't argue. They didn't challenge him. They didn't try to debate the matter. They just went right back on code, just like that. As I mentioned, some brothers were so sharp, you didn't see a smile or anything. They made sure they looked at everything. They looked at you. If you moved, they paid attention. You understand? That's the NFAC. That's the NFAC, staying on code. That's our black militia, staying on code. You understand? So I'm saying that to say that, look, when you look at something, when you look at the ingredients that we have here of those representing, defending the rights of our own, you want to see quality. You don't just want to see showing off. You don't just want to see, fundraising or something like that. You want to see people that mean business and will, show out if they have to. You understand? So it was a very good experience to meet these brothers, communicate with these brothers. I was even talking to some of these brothers before even going down there. It was also impressive. Some of the brothers even recognized me from, like I said, from doing lives like this right here, and that was pretty awesome experience to sit there and all of a sudden someone shows up like, hey brother, aren't you? It's Questman, right? Questman, I watch your live. I'm like, really? All right, yes indeed, no doubt. It's respect and honor, That's the kind of, that's the experience you would expect to have from people that are determined to defend your right to be black, equal, and unified, and treated with justice, treated with respect and honor. You understand? One brother has been constantly, he constantly called me and say, brother, make sure you let me know if everything is all right. We got you. Everything is cool. It's the FAC talking. You know what I'm saying? Making sure, did you get home? Did you and the family get home safe? You guys make it home safe. Let me know when you get home. Let me know everything's safe. I'm just checking on your brother. Yeah, this is what I get right here. So I'm just expressing to you that this is boots on the ground. This is what it means to say, look, we are taken from our own ranks, men and women, determined to protect our respect and honor in this land and wherever we may be. You understand? Eventually. So, this, now keep in mind, as I said before, a leader by the people who follow that leader as well. You understand? When you see the character of the people who are in alliance with a leader, you can get an idea about the character of that leader. You understand? When you see the loyalty, when you see the behavior, when you see the attention to respecting the brother by these members, you will be able to say, yeah, their leader must be someone worth respecting. Their leader must be someone worth being this way with. Because if the leader was off on the Royal Rockaway, you're gonna have some people who are like just like not on code properly. Now, of course, you might say, well, some people fell off, but why did they fall off? If you listen to the talk that some of the I can't think of the word right now, but some of the people who've fallen out the ranks, if you listen to most of the time, you hear them complaining about their own person, their own desires. You know what I mean? They didn't get acknowledged the way they wanted. They didn't get some kind of wealth benefits. They didn't get some type of, acknowledgement. Someone didn't clap for them or something like that. Not because the leadership was off. You understand? And like I said, I'm gonna just remind the black family, the brother's intelligent. You're not dealing with some dunce as a leader. You know, people talk about the accidents that happened at some of the marches, and the accidents were like small. Like one person misfires a gun because they dropped it or some accident happened, whatever. Okay, things like that can happen. One, and two, when you're erecting in the infancy a militia. You understand? You're going to expect that people are getting to know each other. They're starting to understand the code. They're starting to become familiar. You understand, with each other. It's not so easy to unify an armed group of brothers and sisters, black people. You understand? To pay attention, to stay focused, stay on code. You understand? That's not an easy thing to do. And the fact that it was done, the fact that the brother pulled it off, and nobody killed anybody anytime. And any one of them marches, nobody killed anybody. There was no violence, nothing broke out, no drama took place. You understand? That takes good leadership for that to happen. You understand? That takes good leadership for that to happen. So I'm just saying. I'm just trying to let you know that these are the things that I observe. And like I said, from just talking with the brother, hearing a conversation, hearing him speak and communicate, and he had, when it comes to establishing facts and proofs, you understand, he's got receipts by the days. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, for me, it's not an issue. This situation is not an issue. I've observed the receipts. I've observed the reasoning from the brother. I've heard the reasoning. I've heard the if I was judge and jury regarding the authenticity of the man, this is a closed case. This is a no contest. The brother is definitely qualified, and so I can say in a short sentence that my impression of both the NFAC and GMJ was of a very honorable, a very profound experience. You understand? A very profound experience, and it's the type of experience where I'm definitely gladdened. My heart is definitely gladdened that I was able to take that voyage and meet the family there. You understand? That was something that a part of my life history that I like being there. You understand? That I want to always be able to fall back and remember these moments. You understand? Meeting the brothers and sisters. I'd sit there. They chop it up, sit there, talk to me. We talked about the website a few times. sojourneyoflife.org. We've talked about that. The interest of trying to get the family communicating together. We talked about a lot of things that are very that show that we have ones amongst us concerned about us enough to want to really connect with each other. You understand? To want to really connect and really be responsible for each other. You understand? There's more I could say, but I want to make this so clear. I want to make it where you understand me the way that I would like to be understood. So that was definitely, an enjoyable experience. And I'm pretty sure, that all the family that were there, shared the same, the same sentiments, and, respect to everybody that was present. You understand? Honor and respect, peace to the black family, because what we were able to see from that is we get together, we can be about business, we can be serious, we can do what we need to do. You understand? And one of the things, we was all on code. They always say that when you show up in a room full of white folks, they immediately get on code with each other. They're already on the same page. You know what I mean? They might have been talking about all kinds of stuff. As soon as you show up, conversation changes because they're on code. They're on code. So just me wanting to share my experience, me wanting to share the impression that I have. And I wanted to share this because one of the things that I feel that we can do on the ground level, especially those of us who may not be able to bear arms, who may not be able to, especially those of us who are involved in like online media and YouTubers and things like that, broadcasters, commentators, we can counteract what the naysayers put out by speaking specifically about our direct experiences. And that's why I say, and I can't tell you all the details of what I've heard and seen, with my own eyes and ears, because that's, like I said, that's code. You respect the code. But what I can tell you is that every single thing that many of these naysayers have tried to put out there as an attack, you understand, on the brother, every single one is false, or distorted, or skewed, or made to seem like somehow there's something when there's nothing at all. Because I've seen the receipts for each that challenges each claim. You understand? Each claim, even some of the most recent. That's the thing. And yet each one of them checked out. And mind you, like I said, I'm a skeptical person. I'm a person that you can't just say anything. You understand? But what do you do when you see the evidence with your own eyes? What do you do when you're right there? You can see the evidence. You can see, the documents. You can see the amount. You can see all of this with your own eyes. What do you do then? What do I do then? Do I pretend I didn't see it? Jump on the bandwagon and say, "Oh yeah, whatever"? No, you got to keep it real. And one of the things that real does is real respects real. Plain and simple. So, yeah. That's the NFAC for you. That's my impression of the NFAC. That's my impression of GMJ. You understand? So I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, so and so's out there saying all this, go ahead and disregard them. Just do yourself a favor. I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, when you watch some of their lives, you're completely wasting your time. I've sat there for an hour watching one of them speak, and they would fill up most of their hours over gibberish, not even saying anything, but just saying I got receipts for about a good half hour. Then when it comes to posting something, what's posted isn't even a receipt. It's just something you're supposed to look at and assume that somehow this ties to the conversation at hand. Then it gets smothered with interpretation, spin drift. It gets clobbered with all of that, only for the so-called receipt never to show up. You understand? Only for the so-called receipt never to show up, or to be something that doesn't even amount to a valid quote-unquote receipt, but just be something that anybody could put a story with and spin it if they didn't know the details, if they didn't know the things on ground level. You understand? Some of the stories that have been told, I know the facts about. You understand? From the source. You see, and when you hear people who don't know what's going on talk, that could be, excruciatingly painful. You understand? Just to sit there and hear, like, man, these people don't know what the heck they're talking about. What the heck are they saying? They don't know what they're talking about. So we have to strive hard, Black family, to use our intellect, to use our reasoning. You understand? To use our ability to discern. If we do that, then we will be able to blast through all the hocus pocus that gets posted on these YouTubes every time. Like I said, many people they do this for they do this for shine. You understand? They want some type of it's like a popularity contest or something. Not because they genuinely want, truthful information out there. They just want to be famous or something. So in this case, this is coming from a brother who, like I said, nobody's paying me to say any of this. Nobody's paying me to say this to you. This is coming from me. You understand? This is coming from me. Who am I? I'm Questman. That's who I am. Right? So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to communicate that. And I want to definitely give a shout out to brother Major TV. Peace and blessings, brother. That was another good brother to see there. It was definitely an honor to see him there. A vet when it comes to the boots on the ground in this matter. Definite vet. I want to definitely give a shout out to him. I want to definitely give a shout out. And by the way, let me get this open right here. We want to. I also had the blessing of being able to meet the honored Eleanor Harvey. You understand? I had the blessing to meet the sister. Very honorable sister. Very honorable. Very, very, very impressive. Very impressive. Holding the brother down. Holding the brother down. That's respect as well. I also want to keep giving a shout out and respect and honor to the Sasha X, the honored and respected Sasha X, who is the sister that suffered the grievous gunshot wound injury. You understand? Basically in the line of duty. We want to make sure we recognize her situation and don't take that out of our thought waves or whatnot. So yes, indeed, my shout outs go to them. My shout outs go to K Money. That's another sister who was she was trying to contact me. I wasn't able to really communicate with a lot of the family because we were moving, right? We went from one place, then we got in the car, moved down to another place. But I want to definitely give a shout out for all those who took note, who even came to me. Some of the brothers and sisters shook my hand. Making sure that they said a good word. I think it was Shining Light. I see you there. I see you. I see everybody coming in here. I'm trying to make sure I remember because the sister came to me. They came to me. It's like, hey, we're always shouting out, and we're not. You don't say anything. You don't say anything. I'm like, well, what was your name? They told me the name. I'm like, because Mama, I get so in my thoughts sometimes that I don't always see the live feed. Like right now, I put the live feed where here's the camera, here's the live feed, so it's like I can look in the camera and the feed at the same time. And if I don't do that, then there's a good chance. Oh, D. Marie Ben Rob, I see you. R. Crowley, Jerry Jones, Patrona, Carla. Some names I recognize on here. They're familiar to me. Some names are new. But yeah, respect to the black family altogether. Respect to the black family. That's all I got to say about that. So I have even more respect about the NFAC, today than I had before I ever met anybody. You understand? Before I ever known anybody. I have more respect today than ever before. And like I said, that comes from observing character. See, the thing about people, especially if they don't even know you from John and Smith, right? They don't even know you. You understand? You have people, they have motives, they have this and that. Me, I'm there, I observe, you know what I mean? Be who I am. I'll just be me. But, I'm there, I'm wanting to be a part of the history that's taking place in our community. You understand? Because I feel like we all have a job to do. We all have a part to play. We all have something we should be doing. We need to be doing, and that's what I'm out there for. That's what I'm out there for, to do my job, right? But while I'm doing that, I observe, because for me, my what I'm going to say, what connects me to the sense of honor and appreciation for people is when I see loyalty, is when I see professionalism, is when I see intelligence, when I hear intelligence spoken, when I see intelligence, in character, when I see all of this coming and emitting from people and its leadership, and I see the leadership and the people, the brothers are very intelligent. You understand? Even in the ranks, you have people who've served, people who've been about that business all their life. You understand? In the ranks. So I'm just saying, it's a definite, definitely a high impression, a very good impression, a very honored impression, and all I have to respect, they definitely have my salute. Let me put there's the camera right there. You understand? They definitely get the salute, big, strong salute from me. All the brothers and sisters of the NFAC that's out there, all those brothers and sisters, standing strong and remaining steadfast in the toughest of times. You definitely have a strong strong salute from Questman. You understand? And you got that from the brother's mouth right here. Oh, you guys are looking at my shirt, aren't you? You looking at my shirt? What does my shirt say? It doesn't say the NFAC this time, but I got that folded up somewhere. Well, here's this shirt. I gotta let you see this shirt because right now this is the mode I'm in right now. This is the mode I'm in right now, family. Dad, let's say, Dad, because real superheroes don't wear capes, right? So in addition to being an activist, I've got to be a full-time Baba, all right? Full-time Baba. Yes, indeed, full-time Baba. So, beloved black family, let me go ahead and let's see here. Do this. I just wanted to get on live here just for a few minutes and communicate with the family and express my feelings, express my thoughts. Not just my feelings, but my thoughts. And even more, I'm going to just say it like this. Express the facts that I've observed, sight and sound, from being amongst, the brothers of the NFAC and GMJ. The facts, you understand? Let's see here. Now, for those of you that may not have been able to get any updates about the matter of what took place on Wednesday, the 26th of May, I'd advise you to go ahead over to Major TV's channel and check it out. He's got it all there. He made sure he documented everything. Of course, I had the benefit of holding the camera, and part of me, forgive me, because my expertise in holding that type of camera isn't so professional. I did my best, but it was a new thing, and it was kind of hard. It was hard to attach it to the mechanism at first. Then the phone, after some time, the phone started to die. The battery started to die, or because the brother GMJ's got a lot to say. So the phone was like, oh man, 15%, 10%. He's still talking, 5%. I'm telling you. But we were able to get what we could. We were able to get everything. That was a definite honor to be there, right there, and hear the brother speak his piece. So make sure you go over there to right after this live is over. Make sure you go over there to Major TV. Before you do that, make sure you subscribe and click like on this post, share it with the family. You understand? In addition to that, you can go ahead and make sure you support Soul Journey of Life. You can support Soul Journey of Life, $thelightdome. That's the Cash App. Also, even more important than that, make sure you support. Let me see if I can get this right. There we go. Can I get it here? Nope. There it is. No, that's not it. I got too many windows open right here. Oh, I know what I need to do. Just make sure you're doing your part in this right here. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. Make sure you do your part there. You understand? Yeah, Grandmaster J Legal Defense Fund. Do your part there. Do what you need to do there. All right. So we're gonna get ready to. We got about a few more minutes. I'm gonna try to clear things up here. Go back to that. Yeah, make sure you're doing your part where you can, when, and become more active, become more involved. You know, everybody has talents, everybody has skills, everybody has something that you could bring to the table. You know, we don't all need to be just spectators and, you know, just watching the lives, but get up, get out, do something. You know, feed some of the people in your community. Make some trays. You know, put a nice meal together. If you eating good, you know, make somebody in the neighborhood eat good too. You understand? There's always something that we could do that supports the common cause. You understand? There's always something that could be done, even if you're speaking a word to the right, whatever the case may be. There's always something that we could do, Black family, and that's all I want to say here. I just wanted to keep encouraging. Make sure you keep in mind your children. You understand? You know, the children are the next generation. You know, if you can't instill the inspiration in them for success, and if it can't be in them, it can't be in anything. You know what I mean? You know, much of the results of our efforts will never be seen by us. It'll be seen by them. You understand? It'll be seen by your children. You understand? And what better way for them to see the success but having the proper knowledge and grounding to benefit from it, right? So we're gonna go ahead and tap out here. Like I said, you know, you're gonna go ahead, make sure you go over to Major TV. He's got something good for the family. I already saw the notification. I got a little notification going on here. So make sure you go and check the brother out, because he's done a very, very good job at you know, keeping the family up to date with everything. So definitely respect and honor to the brother. And I'm gonna go ahead and do it like this. My name is Abdul Adud, aka Questman. Assalamu alaikum, shalom, hotep. Be blessed and honored.
Must have a liberation. United black comedic nation. That's the situation.
Black sisters to the right, black brothers to the left. Original cold black fist against my chest. Brave, bold, and cold. They be the warriors. Salute to the soldiers. Salute to the soldiers. Black unity, black families. It's time for you and me to start the gathering. Just be black, unite, we clap black. Little rock and roll, stay on cold. Gotta have that. NFAC operation, nation fish. United black principles. In its sense, all for the pride of the people. Breaking the chains of the evil. Devilish dust to well stream. Take the energy that I'm in. 100 years of pain. They say always come to an end. But when we get strong, come marching on your lawn. Signs of the last day, what you waiting on? Come together. One million. Get together. 1 million. We come together. 1 million strong. Come together. 1 million. We got to get together. 1 million. When we come together. 1 million strong. Together. 1 million. We got to get it together. 1 million. When we come together. 1 million. Have a smile on why? Every time we want unified to kill a lock up our leaders, cover up our lies, knees to the face, knees to the neck. Who knew my flesh was worthy of disrespect? No, black men don't die. Even if we may try, we gotta rise. Restore the black family, strengthen ties, strengthen ties, strengthen ties. Holy hair, let not you despair. Remember who you are by the wool of your hair, the bronze of your skin from the head to the feet. 1 million strong black soldiers in the streets, unboxed to the west, setting in the east. The God of my chest against the mark of the beast. 1 million strong, we all I need is speak. We all we need, the power of God is unity. 1 million strong, come together. 1 million, get together. 1 million. We come together, 1 million. And the smile of water. Come together, 1 million. We got to get it together, 1 million. When we come together, 1 million. And the smile of water. Come together, 1 million. We got to get it together, 1 million. When we come together, 1 million. And the smile of water. Fear no evil, the God be amongst his people. Remove all labels, the black nation, all equal. Consider this table black scholars. We stick to the reforms, NFAC by angels. Ignite the flames of peace, all tables. Feed the parable to those mentally stable. Once was mighty evil, all as the chop down. Forgot the mighty tree had seeds who grow and reclaim the ground. If we thought we'd stay asleep, chest move family, keep it clear eye on the beat. Get off that mountain, go and tell it out the street. West man, the light stays on in the heat. Nobody move, nobody make a sound. One hit strong, standing on sacred ground. Another one in the arm just in case it goes down. You begin, baby, pass it all around. 1 million strong, come together. 1 million, together, get it together. 1 million, we come together. 1 million strong, and the smile of water. Come together. 1 million, we got to get it together. 1 million, when we come together. 1 million, and the smile of water. Come together. 1 million, we got to get it together. 1 million, when we come together. 1 million, and the smile of water. Come together.